Now let's look at the results of our ANOVA testing on the previous slide. And as we can tell, there's definitely a difference among the means of our data, and we want to determine where some of those differences may occur. So I'm looking at my different means, and I definitely notice a difference between the moderate dose and the low dose. It looks like the moderate dose definitely has a lower number. So if I can test that the moderate dose actually causes a lower mean score than the low dose does, then I can also assume it has a lower score than the high dose because of the differences there. So let's go ahead and run a two-sample t-test and pick apart our ANOVA here just to see what results we're actually getting. So we're going to test that the moderate dose of the drug will result in a lower score than the low dose of the drug, which will indicate that there is a lower depression, or that will indicate that the moderate dose of the drug actually lowers the depression score. So my null hypothesis is that the low dose and the moderate dose cause the same scores. My alternative is that the low dose actually causes a higher score, indicating that there is a higher level of depression in those individuals. So let's go ahead and go to StatCrunch. We're going to go to Stat, T-Statistic, and we're going to do a two-sample T with data. Again, an ANOVA is testing various sets of data, and this is our way to break it down and actually get something out of our ANOVA. So our sample 1 is the low dose column. Our sample 2 is the moderate dose. And we want to test that the low dose is greater than, the low dose is greater than the moderate dose. So we're going to be testing greater than and click calculate. Notice when we run our two-sample t-test, we do get a low p-value. It's lower than our 0.05. So our results are only occurring about 2% of the time by chance. Otherwise, they are very accurate. So with a low p-value, we can reject our null and accept our alternative that the moderate dosage of the drug actually reduces the scores on the individuals in our study. It reduces the scores on the stress inventory.